Two French investigating magistrates have issued an arrest warrant for ousted Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad. This marks the second such action taken by France's judicial authorities. The warrant holds Assad accountable as commander-in-chief of armed forces for a bombing in the Syrian city of Daraa in 2017 that resulted in the death of a 59-year-old Franco-Syrian national when the Syrian army helicopters bombed his home. According to the French judiciary, Assad allegedly facilitated this attack. Olaf Scholz will meet with Emmanuel Macron as they try to chart a new course for Europe, with Donald Trump threatening to upend transatlantic relations. Despite their many policy differences, the two leaders will try to project strength. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz plans to travel to Paris to meet President Emmanuel Macron. The French head of state is expected to receive the German Chancellor at the Elysee Palace. In addition to the future positioning of the EU with respect to the United States, the talks are also likely to focus on the war in Ukraine and the Middle East conflict. Defence Minister Boris Pistorius is also set to meet his counterpart Sébastien Lecornu in Paris. Prime Minister Robert Fico survived an attempt from opposition parties to bring a non-confidence vote in the Slovak parliament. Fico was, however, expected to survive the vote because his government held the majority of the seats in parliament. The no-confidence motion never occurred after the opposition walked out halfway through the session. The opposition accused the ruling leftist populist SMER party of trying to take Slovakia out of the European Union. A Libyan general wanted for alleged war crimes and violence against inmates at a prison near Tripoli has been arrested in the northern Italian city of Turin and then released after an apparent mistake by prosecutors. Osama Najim, also known as al-Masri, was detained on an international arrest warrant after a tip-off from an Interpol. His arrest was welcomed by migrant rescue groups and human rights charities. However, the police who arrested him failed to immediately inform the Justice Ministry as was required, and thus an Italian tribunal refused to approve the arrest, leading to his return to Libya. Al-Masri is linked to the Special Defense Force. Hungary and Slovakia have reiterated their opposition to Ukraine's NATO membership bid. They were speaking at a joint news conference in the capital city of Bratislava with the visiting Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán in attendance. Orbán also said that Hungary wishes a swift end to the ongoing war in Ukraine through a diplomatic solution and is opposed to sanctions on Russia, particularly in the energy sector, as such sanctions undermine the EU's interests. Czech Prime Minister Petr Fiala and the Vietnamese PM Pham Minh Chinh signed an upgrade to the two countries' strategic partnership during a bilateral meeting in Prague. After the meeting, the two prime ministers said they had hoped the agreement would strengthen trade relations as well as lead to closer cooperation in science and research. The countries are moving to a new level of partnership in the year marking 75 years since the establishment of diplomatic relations. They added, according to Fiala, the agreement on higher education will allow for the exchange of students and academic researchers, thereby furthering cooperation between the two.